So, real quick, I'd like to show you what it looks like when the card gets stuck in TV mode. So, one of the first immediately noticeable things is that this isn't something that just happens within Windows. It even affects the display output of the card during power on self test. So, right here, that banner should have come in at the very top of the screen rather than somewhere in the middle. And in a moment, you're about to see post screen itself also being shifted much further down than it should be. Oh, okay, maybe not quite so much. It's very random on how far down it happens to shift from time to time, but yeah, here, there, and here are good examples of when it shifts down far too much. And once I get into Windows and try and do any adjustments, you'll also see the other problems that show up with TV mode enabled. And at the moment, I'm not really sure what triggers TV mode to become stuck, enabled, or disabled. All I know is that I, I don't know, I can kind of force it one way or another to an extent if I just try enough times with rebooting. But yeah, so let me go into properties, settings, advanced, and there's the TV features tab. If I try and disable it, actually first, if I go there, monitor control, refresh rate settings cannot be changed when TV mode is active. So I can't do any of this. And I can still shift the screen up a bit, but it doesn't go very far before it stops me. So that doesn't really do much. The performance tab is pretty much useless outside of these two pretty specific settings. And there's the About tab there. But yeah, if we take a look down here at Alliance TV features, it says that we are, for whatever reason, connected to a TV monitor using S video, which this card very much does not have. But I think I mentioned this earlier. I'm pretty sure that that extra pin header is probably for S video or just some other TV out. So anyway, if we go back to TV features, we can adjust sharpness. So that does not appear to have any impact on the video capture since this is, connected to VGA. It's not actually connected to S video. So you can't really see any difference here. And I'm pretty sure that these lines are supposed to be evenly spaced. This does not happen when the ROM is properly working and does not enable TV features. And there's contrast here as well. Once again, that doesn't really do anything. And adjustments for TV positioning does not do anything at all. So if I try and disable TV features and click OK, then I click advanced again and try to go back into TV features, it locks up the entire system. So I'm trying to move the window right now. It is not doing anything. And I'm clicking there, don't do anything. I can minimize the windows by clicking on the desktop, but it's very buggy as you can see. So I don't know, something with this card screws up very badly when TV features gets enabled. Like I cannot disable it from within Windows, and it just kind of enables or disables very randomly depending on, I guess, however it feels during a certain point of time and space, I guess. But yeah, this is the main reason why I did a lot of the testing using the stock BIOS ROM, because that seems to omit the TV features thing entirely, and at the very least does not have any of this kind of weirdness. Even okay, I can still click stuff. I can click start button. I can open the start menu. So yeah, I'm just gonna force shut down, and I will also try and get a recording of the system starting up with TV features disabled using the original ROM rather than the stock ROM, just as a point of comparison. Alright, so now I have switched over to the VGA to HDMI StarTech adapter. So let's start up the system. And you won't see the BIOS, well, the VGA splash screen this time around, or the BIOS messages after the power on self-test screen, because those run in the 720 by 400 resolution, and the VGA to HDMI adapter that I'm using does not support that resolution. So there's that for a moment, and it's gone again. But you should see an output again once the Windows 98 splash comes on. So one of the main things that I've found is that when going through this capture card, it does not enable TV features. So it seems to be something related to the capture card in this video capture system, but I'm really not sure, because when I go to TV features here, I will, well, yeah, TV features is completely missing now. TV monitor not present, VGA monitor present, TV features tab not enabled, and this is the exact same driver as well. So if I go into monitor control now, I can, control the monitor. So the capture card does not particularly like it when I do that. And if I try and change the resolution as well, it quickly goes out of sync. So yeah, it just doesn't like it when I try and change the resolution. But yeah, other than that, you'll also see that everything is now, for one, completely aligned. So if I go to shut down again, now there's no weird banding on the background, which is understandable since this is now a digital signal being captured rather than an analog signal. The analog to digital converter in the StarTech adapter is pulling quite a bit of the heavy lifting here. So next up, I will change back over to plain VGA. Okay, and we are connected back to VGA now. So if what I'm thinking holds true, this should now leave the TV features tab disabled again, but with none of the weirdness involving frequency or refresh rate changes. So let's see. Yep, that did it. Already, just from the banner flying in at the very top rather than shifted on an offset in the middle, that's already all the indication that I need to know in order to see that the TV features tab or thing overall has been disabled. So yeah, okay then. So the only thing that seems to trigger the TV features tab being enabled is if instead of using OBS, I first open an open source program called VCS that serves as kind of a front end for the data path Vision RGB capture card. Normally, I do all the recording itself through OBS since that can hook directly into the capture card itself, but occasionally I use VCS for just quick turning the entire capture system into a VGA monitor sort of thing. So yeah, it's completely fine now. So going into the About tab, same version of the driver, and this is also, wait, what? Refresh rate, TV mode is not active. Huh? Okay, so this is still a little bit jank, apparently. So now the TV features tab is gone, but apparently TV features is still enabled. Okay. All right, let's try one more reboot. Oh, and it's back. Yeah, that blinking cursor in the middle. Okay, so TV features got enabled during operation of Windows then somehow. Not quite sure what's going on with that, but okay. I do wonder what would happen if I switched midway through without actually capturing the video. If I switched from the HDMI or the direct VGA capture to the VGA to HDMI adapter, would that do anything as far as keeping TV features disabled? Because this is very weird. I thought that I came across a breakthrough when it didn't do the TV features stuff on that earlier boot, but I guess not. So I'm just gonna hook it up off camera, and briefly I'm just gonna disconnect the VGA cable, connect up the adapter, then disconnect the adapter again, and reconnect the VGA cable. Okay, that didn't appear to do anything. Hmm. Okay, let's try booting up the system with the VGA to HDMI adapter, and then switching over to VGA after it's finished booting. So let's just start up like that. So you're not going to see any video output for a moment because I don't have a way to quickly switch inputs because there's only a single DVI input, and I have to like reach around back and switch the cables to switch between VGA and digital video capture. So yeah, this is just a one-off experiment because I have been really puzzled by this particular VGA ROM. All right, I think it should be fine to switch over to VGA capture now. There we go. Just gonna deactivate and reactivate. Okay, so this should have the TV features tab disabled for sure. Okay, and then monitor control is there. And now that I'm on direct VGA capture, this should let me set the refresh rate without issue. Okay, maybe 72 hertz was a little bit too much. Hello? Oh, well, that did something strange. Try deactivate, reactivate. No, that didn't do anything. Oh, huh. So, yeah, it does seem to be something related to the capture card itself then, but why is it that the capture card was able to keep TV mode disabled earlier? Oh, yeah, so TV mode is enabled again. Let's plug this in. Plug this back in again. See if TV features is still going to be enabled. Yep, it is active. And OBS likes to lag the capture until I deactivate and reactivate it for some reason. So, yeah, I'm really not sure what is going on here. So, I guess I do have a capture from earlier of the card behaving correctly with the capture card, but I don't know. This is just kind of weird. I guess maybe something that I could try doing is using a VGA cable that doesn't have like no, this is a VGA cable that's missing one of the ID pins, so maybe that's why? I don't know. This is so weird. So I'm just gonna shut down Windows again. I'm gonna try rebooting the entire capture PC and see if that does anything. So yeah. Okay, I am fresh off the reboot again. Let's see if this works. So I am once again connected to the VGA to HDMI adapter. So this should force it back into TV mode disabled. So there's the post screen, and then wait for the windows to show up. Come on. It appears it is not booting. Interesting. All right, I guess we'll just skip straight on to switching back to VGA since it's currently forced into TV mode disabled. So over that, plug in the VGA cable again, and power. So now we should be doing direct VGA capture. So there's the banner, a little bit blurry, so I gotta deactivate and reactivate. Oh, and that might have done the re-enabling of TV mode. Huh. Interesting. Well, we'll see. It's not shifted downwards, it's just kind of squished inward, which I think I have actually seen happen before. And that might also be a sign of TV mode being enabled again. And it's doing that weird thing with the black box again. Okay, that's weird. Deactivate, reactivate. Okay, so I guess it's still disabled then. Yeah, okay. And TV mode is active. Okay. Let's see. One more thing that I would like to try then. Okay, so I'm on the desktop now, and there's VCS there, which I'm not going to open. I'm also going to quickly toss up Vision RGB just in the corner there. So hopefully that's going to stay visible. So I do remember that something that I did was that I clicked reset on the EDID. Okay, error occurred. That's understandable. I think I probably need to disconnect the video. Reset. Okay, can't do that. Let's try deactivating the source. Now we reset. Okay, that reset. And let's reconnect. Click OK. We activate that again. And let's switch over to this. I'm gonna have to recenter it because I'm now using the desktop recording. So let's see if this does anything now. Settings advanced. Monitor control. Okay, can't do that still. Let's try turning off the system first. Resetting a second time and then reconnecting. So I'm going to disable Vision RGB again here. And then we're going to open up the Vision Configure window. Bring it back to screen capture. I'm going to reset that. Okay. Switch back over to Vision RGB. And let's power on. So let's see if it's going to do anything. I'm not sure if you're going to be able to see this on my end, but I have the source of the display highlighted in red, so I'll know if it appears. I'm not showing anything. Oh, just deactivated. Huh. Okay, so it's still kind of doing that weirdness with the centering. Okay, now that's back. So it's centered again. Let's see if we have TV mode enabled. Okay, so that was it then. So now I finally know how to disable and then re-enable TV mode. Okay, and I can set the refresh rate properly as well. All right, well, that's a breakthrough and a half. So I guess somehow if I open and use VCS, then that causes TV mode to become disabled or enabled, and I don't know, that apparently messes up the EDID settings on the capture card and causes it to present itself as a TV monitor rather than a VGA monitor. And that causes this BIOS ROM on the AT3D to detect that even before getting into Windows and turn on the TV features. Like, and it's even doing that after boot up as well. So it's actively looking at the signal and seeing if it can be triggered or not. Okay, so I'm going to try opening up VCS right here. So I'm just going to go to the Vision RGB window, drag that up a bit. So it's not going to be that visible, but what I want to do is open up VCS. Okay, the VCS is open now. Okay, so I guess if VCS is open while OBS is also open, then that's not going to do anything. So I'm going to have to stop the recording for a bit and then go into VCS, and yeah, all part of the experiment, I guess. So yeah, be back in a moment. I just realized that since I'm on desktop recording, I can just have VCS open and disable the source. Yeah, anyway, I'm rebooting. So it looks like it might have temporarily solved things. So I guess in order to mess it up again, I have to fully reboot the system, maybe, or close out of OBS entirely. I'm not entirely sure because I have Vision RGB disabled in OBS right now, but it looks like it's running just fine without being detected as being in TV mode. So we'll go into properties again, settings, advanced. Yeah, TV mode is, huh, okay. And changing resolutions, or refresh rate, that works fine. Interesting. And yeah, fun fact, the AT3D can push 120 hertz. So VCS does not appear to be able to keep up. You can see the FPS counter up here. It's only able to capture around 60 to 70 FPS because it's rendering out everything. So yeah, I've just heard that VCS is not all that efficient when it comes to refresh rate stuff, and that's why I use OBS for direct capture rather than doing this with the window capture. But yeah, okay. That is interesting. So, for whatever reason, I guess, VCS can, but not necessarily will, mess up the AT3D and put it into TV mode. But then once it's not in TV mode anymore, also don't mind the grayish tint. I had an overlay on VCS to brighten the image a bit for something else. But yeah, I'm still kind of confused. Like, I know how to get it out of TV mode now. I reboot, reset the EDID, and then go into OBS. But I thought that I'd be able to re-trigger TV mode by using VCS. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if I rebooted the system and opened VCS first and just kind of do the reverse of the whole thing where I reset the EDID. But I don't know. I'm not gonna complain for now because honestly, I'm putting far more thought into this than I probably should at this point. So yeah, this has been a bit of a bonus sort of blurby, rambly, chaos filled little video just as a bonus. So yeah. Anyway, thanks for watching and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.